Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to go over the course completion utility that I put in this morning. That is accessed over here from the apps menu and in gradebook and current. And then we can go into the respective course and see the different proficiency grades for the students attached to the course. Now I'm on the testing platform, so this isn't going to affect the live environment. But basically the way that this is done is instructors will now see a little blue cap next to the respective rows for the student and their grading. And so if it's a blue cap, they can basically click on that blue cap, and that will give the sum aggregation of all the summatives that that student has completed for the course. And then down here will be sort of the DPNG recommended grade, which is proficient. Now I added this component called grading comment, which basically lets the instructor know how close that student is to the next highest grade. So we can see that the every grade that's generated is an actual floating decimal point data type. And so we can see that the system generated grade is 4.42, which is 0.08 away from advanced, and the advanced range is 4.5 or higher. So this way the instructor for this particular student can either give the student a higher grade based on proficiency that was demonstrated outside of the system, or that instructor, we can see here that the last summative that was submitted was a bridging and it was a resubmit. So in that case, the instructor could theoretically, sort of make it a more serious thing to get on that student and let that student know that, hey, if that is completed for a higher grade, for sure that 0.08 gap is going to be closed and that advanced would be attained. So there's different ways, obviously, to give a higher competency-based assessment, and that varies by instructor, and it's ultimately up to the instructor. But I just provided this comment to basically give more context to the grading parameter. And then the grading guidelines are, basically outlined here that sort of stressing the importance of assessing the current level of proficiency, and that there can be instances, in a competency-based environment that a higher proficiency level has been demonstrated outside of the DPNG platform or via some other mean, and in which case that teacher could give the advanced. But at no point can an instructor give a grade lower than the system generated grade. So we'll go through and you'll see that whatever the system generated grade is, that will be the lowest starting point, and then the instructor can assess higher from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to say that the student did get the advanced. We're going to submit it, and then we can kind of see how that's represented in the grading book. And so the status will change to a green completed, the current grade will be advanced, and then that will be locked, which means that that instructor can now no longer assess that particular student or give that student a grade. That is the final certified grade for that student. So let's go ahead and go into bridging, and we'll see, basically the same sort of a thing. System generated is bridging. So it's a 3.0, which is 0.5 away from the proficient level, which is 3.5 to less than 4.5. So this student is very solid in the bridging level. We'll just go ahead and give a bridging, and so that'll lock that. Now incapable, so basically if any grade is capable, well, if it's less than bridging, then irrespective of whether you put incomplete, emerging, that grade is going to be an incomplete. So here, the system generated grade, say that 5 times fast, is 2.0, which is, half a point away from bridging. So they're solidly away from bridging, primarily because of this no evidence assessment, which is a resubmit. And we could go in